We are told that intelligence is a superpower, a golden ticket that solves life's problems before they manifest. We imagine the high IQ mind as a pristine, high-resolution processor, efficient, cool, and unflappable. But the reality is significantly darker, more chaotic, and frankly, more exhausting. If you have ever felt like your brain is a luxury sports car forced to drive exclusively on a muddy, unpaved back road, you are not failing. You are simply suffering from an evolutionary mismatch. The most intelligent people on this planet do not experience the world as a linear progression of success. They experience it as a continuous, high-speed simulation of potential failures. This isn't just worrying. This is what happens when a mind becomes too efficient at its primary job, predicting reality. Let's dismantle the myth of the effortless genius and look at the actual cognitive mechanics of the high-performance mind. First, consider the cognitive overhead tax. Think of your brain's processing power as a fixed battery. Most people use their battery to navigate social norms, maintain routine, and manage basic survival. But a high IQ individual's operating system is constantly running background processes. While someone else is looking at a cup of coffee, your brain is running a simulation on the manufacturing process of the ceramic, the socioeconomic implications of the coffee trade, and the chemical structure of caffeine. You are not forgetting your keys because you are disorganized. You are forgetting your keys because your RAM is 98% occupied by internal architecture. This is a system-wide resource allocation issue. You are effectively living in a perpetual state of low battery because your brain refuses to enter sleep mode. This is the first reason why high performers are so prone to burnout. The hardware is overclocked and the cooling system is inadequate. Second, we must address the pattern recognition trap. The defining feature of high intelligence is the ability to perceive patterns where others see only noise. This is how you solve complex problems, but this same ability has a catastrophic side effect. It creates a hyperfixation on past mistakes and potential future dangers. Because you can trace the causal chain of an event from A to Z with frightening speed. You don't just remember a mistake you made in 2009, you can simulate every possible outcome of that mistake, how it impacted your current reputation, and how it might reoccur tomorrow. You are a biological pattern matching machine that has been left running with no input, so it begins to process your own ego as the dataset. You aren't ruminating. You are performing a root cause analysis on a life that is already over, and you are doing it with the same intensity you would use to solve an engineering crisis. Third is the competence-confidence gap. We often hear about the Dunning-Kruger effect, where the incompetent are blissfully confident. The inverse, which is rarely discussed, is the imposter syndrome of the highly competent. The more you understand a subject, the more you realize the infinite depth of what you don't know. Intelligence provides you with a map of the landscape. The larger your map, the more you see the massive unexplored territories beyond. A lower IQ individual sees a wall and thinks, "I've learned enough." A high IQ individual sees that same wall and calculates exactly how many years of study it would take to bypass it, and then feels depressed because they realize they don't have enough time. This is not a lack of self-esteem. It is an honest, mathematically accurate assessment of how much you have yet to master. You feel like a fraud because you are acutely aware of your own ignorance. You are, in fact, the only one in the room honest enough to admit it. Fourth, we encounter biological dissonance. Your brain is a modern, complex piece of machinery, but your nervous system is essentially a hunter-gatherer's toolkit designed for a savanna that no longer exists. High IQ individuals have a disproportionately sensitive nervous system. Sensory input, loud restaurants, bright lights, the hum of a fluorescent bulb, is not just background noise, it is data. Your brain treats every sensory input as a potential packet of information to be processed. Most people filter this out as ambient, but the high-performance mind treats it as relevant. This leads to what feels like sensory overload or social anxiety, but it is actually a biological reaction to being forced to process the environment at a fidelity your nervous system was not designed to support. You feel tired after a party, not because you are antisocial, but because your brain has been forced to consume 10,000 times the data of the person standing next to you. Finally, we arrive at the integration path. If your brain is a high-speed simulation engine, you cannot treat it like a standard computer. You cannot force it to stop running. You have to change how you fuel the machine. The nocturnal habit observed in high performers is not a quirk, it is a defensive measure. At 3 a.m., the sensory input drops to zero. The demand for social interaction is gone. For the first time in 18 hours, your brain is finally free from the overhead of the world, allowing it to focus its processing power on internal tasks without interruption. The goal for a mind like yours is not to quiet the thoughts. That is a fool's errand. The goal is to provide the machine with a purpose. If you do not give your brain a complex, meaningful problem to solve, it will turn its immense processing power against you. It will simulate your demise. It will analyze your failures. It will hunt for gaps in your personality. You must provide a North Star project, a domain of extreme complexity that can absorb your excess capacity. You are not broken. You are simply a different species of processing unit. You were built to solve, to build, and to architect, not to endure the monotony of a world designed for lower bandwidth minds. Stop trying to fit your hardware into a box that was designed for someone else's software. Your anxiety is not a disease. It is the noise of a high-performance engine running in neutral. Put it in gear, give it a load, and watch how quickly the chaos transforms into output. You are not a fraud. You are just operating on a frequency that most people cannot even perceive, let alone comprehend.